Hello, I'm Eliza. I'm back with a topic for all the ladies, mature ladies, and also younger women as well, the menopause. Welcome to the menopause. That's about as big as a welcome anyone's going to get, unless they're very lucky and they have someone to educate them, to share with them exactly what to expect, how they can help themselves. There seems to be very little advice and support out there for women. I certainly found that to be the case myself, and I know many other women as well. So this video is for you. It's to help you to be able to have a bit more knowledge and awareness about what's happening during menopause and what you can do about it. If you don't want to take the hormones from your doctor, what are the options? What can you do about it? Everything I'm going to share today pretty much is taken from this amazing book by Dr. Mindy Pelz. She's awesome. Um, this really changed my menopause journey. I was already trying to find solutions myself, and some things were working, but nothing had the kind of impact that this book had. So I would really recommend it to all women, and even if you're just educating yourself on what's to come in the future. I think this is something that should be a worldwide educational program for women, so that they know what's happening to their bodies, they know what to expect, and they know how to deal with it, more importantly, and how to feel safe and looked after during this time, because we need that. So my first hot flush was a bit of a shock. I don't know if anyone listening to this would have had any preparation for it, like a bit like puberty for girls. I also didn't get preparation for puberty. I was landed in it. And menopause is like a really rude awakening. It's like menstrual cycles on steroids, in my opinion. I know it varies from woman to woman, but I'm here to share with you how to navigate this with the help of Dr. Mindy Pelz, who is awesome. She herself had a very similar journey. She landed in the menopause and was shocked to find that there was little or no help, advice, or coping mechanisms out there for women. So I'd really recommend that book because knowledge is power, right? This book offers you a natural method for dealing with menopause and for actually even, if you can call it, healing menopause. In her book, she describes lots of different ways where, if you apply the knowledge that you learn in the book, you can even get your cycle back if you're under the age of 50. So I'm working on that at the moment. I'm not 50 yet, but I will be in a year or so. So it'll be interesting to see. I haven't finished my journey yet, but from what I've learned so far, I just really want to get this information out there to help women. The alternatives would be hormones, medication from the doctor. I also got that assistance myself. I went to my gynecologist eventually. Leading up to that, one thing Dr. Pelz also talks about a lot is the fact that this is actually life-saving for women. Menopause is a time where we hit a crunch time, and if we don't deal well with it, we can really increase our risk of cancer, of heart disease, of dementia, and Alzheimer's. That's my cat. I had no idea that menopause can increase the incidence of these life-threatening illnesses. So it is actually potentially life-saving to be informed about menopause and what's involved with it. I developed gynecological problems. I don't know if anyone here reads the Bible, but having read the story about the woman in the Bible who had a flow of blood for 12 years, she clutched the garment of Jesus and became healed from touching him. He sensed the power go out of him. And when I read that, having suffered from this problem myself for 4 years, not 12 years, but 4 years, it took on a new meaning for me, because prior to that, I actually didn't think that there was anything wrong. So I didn't go to the doctor, I didn't go to the gynecologist, I didn't seek help. And so I had this problem for 4 years, and I had to go for iron infusions. But basically, just to cut a long story short, if your cycle starts to change and you don't know what's happening, if you get heavy flow, if you get pain, if you get something is not normal for you, go to the gynecologist, please. Don't wait for 4 years and have iron infusions and struggle and stress. plus the onset then of perimenopausal symptoms. Um, if in doubt, go to your doctor and get checked out. I ended up needing a couple of operations to fix my issues. And then after that, I was like, why didn't I do this sooner, you know? So when things start to change, there's no harm in just going for a scan, going for a checkup, just to see that everything is a tickety-boo, so to speak. So yeah, our hormones are like an orchestra, like this nice image we have here. If all's functioning well, it's like a symphony. We often take our hormones for granted until they start to disappear on us. So it should be all functioning well. Every hormone is playing their part. Every endocrine organ in the body is producing the hormones. We can absorb the hormones. Jobs are good. But picture this scenario where the woman here, the violin, her violin breaks, the string breaks, but she keeps playing this violin, and it sounds terrible. It's no longer a symphony. It sounds terrible. It's just not working. The whole thing sounds awful. Everyone's wanting to hold their ears while they're listening, or they just leave. So that's the difference between sailing through menopause and thriving through menopause, which I really feel I am now, compared to how I was struggling before with all the menopause symptoms of gaining weight, bloating, hot flushes. I remember my first hot flush. I didn't know what was happening. It was like from here to here. I was just landed in a sauna and I was in public, and I just pretended that nothing was happening, but I just wanted to faint and I felt sick. It's just awful. If you've never had it, it's not very nice. So if there's things that we can do to help ourselves and prevent it and make it easier, I'm proof that it works. If you apply the knowledge that you'll read in this book, buy the book, it's brilliant. You will not regret it. It's changed my life, and I know if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not special in that way. So there's no miraculous healing, but our bodies are amazing healing machines. They can heal. And this is what what I talk about a lot on my channel is healing from chronic illness and pretty much anything naturally. It is possible. There are many people like myself that are living proof. So this book is giving you the tools. We've got a toolkit here. We're going to discuss 5 things that are in the toolkit, and we're going to look at the first one straight away because it also applies to young women, and that is self-care, good self-care. Something that I think a lot of women struggle with, I know I do still, is I feel like I need to schedule in time to look after myself and to take time for myself. And I don't have kids. So even more so for women who have children, who have a relationship they want to maintain, who have friendships they want to maintain, they have a career, they have maybe an entrepreneurial job on the side. In this modern world, it's hard for women to have it all. And the statistics show, research shows that women who have more traditional women roles, like housewife, mother only, in countries where life is more simplified, they experience menopause later in life and also have far less symptoms, if any. So stress is a major contender here. So good self-care would mean learning to say no, not comparing ourselves with other women who seem to have it all: career, kids, husband, the yacht, everything. Doing what you need to do for yourself to feel not stressed, because the stress then affects the production of our hormones. So learning things like being able to take time out, nourish ourselves in a healthy way, and finding a balance in life that's reasonable. So I think qualities like self-love, self-kindness, patience with ourselves, and modesty are some things that I am still working on. Not there yet, but it's a process, and there's a lot of joy to be had in that, in learning that self-respect and getting that self-esteem to do those things. As a book, I haven't read it. It's called Rushing Women Syndrome. I think it's awesome. I haven't read it. I'm going to read it because it's going to be good. It's also linked to stress and illness as well. So we need to really think about this. Do we want to increase our menopause symptoms or lessen them and have an easier time? So that's our first item in the toolbox. The second item is check my card here. Um, Oxytocin is a massive way that we can boost our hormone production. And there are different ways we can do it. I've got an image here of different ways to increase oxytocin. But find your way that will help you to feel this boost. I like to go for nature walks. I like peace and quiet. I like music, dancing. I like reading the Bible, stroking my cat at the same time. They're all oxytocin hits. Yeah, so that's one major way that we can get the benefits of healthy hormone production. What else do we have in our toolkit here? We have fasting. Haha, fasting. I remember my husband came home and he said to me, "We're going to fast. We need to fast. It's the best thing." And this is a good. We've been fasting now for about 6-7 years, doing one meal a day, intermittent fasting mostly. And I was like, "No way. There's no way I'm going to do that. I can't." I was addicted to food, and I still am sometimes, if I'm honest. Yeah, fasting, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's the rage, right? So why is it the rage? Why is it so good? So I've got an image here of all the benefits of fasting. And it's particularly good for menopausal, perimenopausal women. It's my secret to weight loss. It's fantastic. I'm a combination of all the things, all these 5 tools I'm going to talk about have helped me to reduce my weight. But not just for weight loss. People say, "Oh, you look so young for your age." Autophagy is anti-aging. It's brilliant for the skin and for loose skin and also losing weight. So fasting is amazing. And one thing that Dr. Pelz says in her book, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? Wrong. I didn't know who coined that phrase. It was Kellogg's, multinational food company. So we really need to question the motives of who is saying what. And that was coined back in the 60s, 70s. I can't remember exactly the decade, a long time ago. But people go by that and they believe it. I used to believe it. But when you start to get a taste for fasting, it's really addictive, and you will never feel clearer in your brain than you do when you fast. From all the things I've tried, maybe there are other things you can try to get a clear head. But for menopausal women, this is really important because we get brain fog, we get fuzzy, we get headaches, we get poor concentration, and fasting is going to help with all those things, as well as all the other benefits that we can see here. And 2 things to remember about fasting: that the hunger comes in waves. So you're increasing your hunger. Your hunger's going up. You're hitting the crest of a wave, and it peaks, and you're like, I'm starving. But just know that the hunger will go down again. It will. You have to trust that it will go down, and it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's learning self-control, basically, and being prepared to suffer for the greater good a little bit. And it's not actually that bad. Once you get into it, it may be tricky to get started, but once you get into it, you come to love it. I love the way it makes me feel. I love the way it's helped me keep my weight down. And I love really looking forward to that meal when I have it. So it's awesome. The second thing about fasting is to know that you can change how often you eat. But for women, we need to fast different to men. So my husband came home and he was like, he didn't eat all day the first day, going from, maybe a few beers the night before and big dinner and whatever. Women, we can't do that. Or maybe not all women. I'm not saying maybe some women can. I can do that. So I'd actually started reducing it by an hour every day. Not even every day, maybe just an hour a week. So instead of having breakfast at 8, have breakfast at 9. And then work from there and be kind to your body and to be gentle and patient. And it will shift. It will shift for you. You have to trust this process. Trust that it works. I'm so glad I did. I did a 1-week fast a few months ago, and I felt amazing. I actually felt that high. They say you get a bit of a natural high from fasting if you do a more than 24-hour fast, or it's intermittent fasting, and it's absolutely true. I blew myself away with what I could do. I didn't believe I could do it, but I thought, let me give it a go. I lost 4 kilos in 1 week, and I never felt better. And it just amazed me, the whole process. So you're basically eating your own fat. And that brings us to the next thing in the toolbox, which is, oh, by the way, just before we go to the next tool, younger women need to fast differently. So Dr. Pelz, she also has another book called Fast Like a Girl, and this book is aimed at younger women who have all their hormones and cycles intact. So they need to fast differently to women who are my age, who are perimenopausal, menopausal, different kettle of fish. So if you're younger, please get that book and learn it when you're young, because then you'll transition and you'll sail through menopause no problem. So okay, moving on to the next one is sticking with fats, ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is fantastic for menopausal women. It's brilliant. So basically, ketones are fats, and it really goes very well with fasting because the brain loves this energy source for food to burn as calories. The brain loves fats, but you want to eat the right kind of fats. And the book gives you all the information on which fats are good, which fats are bad. But a general breakdown: good fats would be coconut oil, refined butter, ghee, if anyone knows ghee, and nuts and nut butters. You can heat those ones as high as you want. But others that are also okay are olive oil, avocado oil, and I think there are a couple of other ones as well, but look them up in the book. They're fine to have on salads, to have cold. I think some olive oils you can heat up, but just check that out because my son-in-law's a chef and he told me actually you can heat some olive oils up. I was like, oh really? So that was interesting, but just check that information out. Use ChatGPT and it'll probably tell you which ones are good, which ones are not good, because I didn't know. Bad fats, basically all vegetable oils. Vegetable oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, what else? Margarine, terrible. Don't eat them. They're terrible. Yeah, so don't eat them. I remember a friend of mine back in London, we'll call her Sarah, and she was starting with the menopause, or maybe she'd had it for a while, I'm not sure. And she had this little squeaky voice, and she said to me, "Eliza, I just don't know what to do. I'm so fat, and I'm hardly eating anything, and I keep putting on weight." And I was like, I'm sure she's like exaggerating a little bit. She was a little bit, high energy, shall we say, or just chatty, just very chatty. Lovely lady though, lovely lady. And I was like, not until I came into perimenopause myself, she was totally right. You can be doing what you've been doing for years, maybe a calorie controlled diet, and you're not going to lose any weight. It's not going to work. The same tricks don't work when you hit menopause, perimenopause, and menopause. Forget it. So we need to step it up. We need to do something else to help ourselves. And I wish I knew what I knew then. I could have shared it with her, as how to do it. So many women suffer, and it's really not fair. It's really not fair. We deserve the right to know what's going on with our bodies and how to fix it, because we can. It's totally possible. Yeah, so that's the ketogenic diet. So we're thinking in terms of macros. Instead of calorie counting, we're doing macros, so fats, proteins, and carbs, because there are healthy carbs that we can eat, like fruit, vegetables, keeping the other processed carbs minimum. And if you can, as a first step, first point of call, just cut out bad carbs, you're going to notice an immediate reduction in your hot flushes and menopause symptoms. So yeah, step by step. I mean, these are all tools that the Bible talks. The Bible, my menopause Bible, talks about. But you can do it at your pace. There's no rush. You don't need to do it all in one go. You can take one thing. Maybe just delay your eating for 1 hour to start your fasting off, and that's it. Leave the fasting there, and then look at reducing your refined carbs. Leave it there, and then find out which oils. Buy some when you go shopping. Find some healthy treats that you can have that you like. It's time to explore a different area of the supermarket. So yeah, step by step, no pressure. Okay, next tool. What do we have here? We have, just have to find it. Ah, yes, going back to the fats. The next image we have here is of two cells. And there's a healthy cell on the left here, and there's an unhealthy cell on the right. And the healthy cell on the left, you can see the receptor points for the hormone, which is, it looks like a red blood cell actually. I don't know if they really look like that. I just used AI to create it. And the hormone is coming along and it will slot in nicely to the receptor point. So that's the hormone slotting into the receptor point on the outside of the cell, and then the cell will absorb the hormone, right? That's healthy, that works. So on the right-hand side, you've got a clogged receptor point where the hormone is not able to dock, so to speak. It's not able to fit into the receptor point. It doesn't fit because there's something in the way. And this is debris. This is clogged receptor points. And what clogs these receptor points are toxins and fats, the bad fats that we were talking about earlier. So all those horrible vegetable oils and margarine and things that we shouldn't really be eating, they clog them up. So even if you are producing enough hormones in your body, the body's not going to be able to absorb them. It's such a waste. And this really, like Dr. Pelz says, she says this is the kiss of death to menopausal women. If we're not absorbing the hormones that we need, no wonder we're having hot flushes left, right, and centre, and we feel awful. You can't function like a symphony. You become a wreck, and we do, and we are. But we can fix it. It's okay. It'll get better. One more tool in the toolbox, the fifth one. Oh no, we've got two more tools left. Estrobiome. Estrobiome, we'll take that one. I had not heard this term before. I don't know if it's coined by Dr. Pelz, but it's basically talking about microbiome. So the healthy and bad bacteria in your gut. If this isn't functioning properly, then there are about 60 types of estrobiome bacteria that are responsible for getting rid of toxic estrogens and producing healthy ones. So the estrobiome helps to balance out the hormones, which is another plus to have. So sorting out your gut bacteria is really key, and the book outlines what kind of things prevent you from having good bacteria and what to do about it, what to eat, supplements, all that kind of thing. Cat's having a field day. And then we've got the last tool then, which is take a test. So Dr. Pelz says, if in doubt, test. And this is your hormone. So you can either go and get your blood tested at your doctor's. If you're due for a checkup, they can test. She outlines exactly what you need to be tested for. So obviously estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, and there's a couple of other ones as well. If your doctor won't do them, you can get your own test. She recommends the Dutch test. We can't get that here in Europe, so well, Central Europe. I don't know about other places in Europe. So I got one called Verisana, which is a German company, and that's a saliva test that you send off. They send you the instructions. It's really simple, really easy to do, and I got my hormone test results. And then the benefit of testing is that you're then not shooting in the dark. Before I got my book and Dr. Pelz's program, I was trying different supplements. Actually, I spent a small fortune on supplements, tinctures, herbal remedies, and they had some effect, but then they stopped working, and because I was shooting in the dark. So if you test, you know exactly which hormone is low, which is because it's different for every woman. We're not the same. Some women have high estrogen, some women have low estrogen, some women have high progesterone, some have low, etc., etc. So you're not shooting in the dark anymore. You know exactly which hormone you're aiming at. You can eat to increase or eat to reduce any hormone. You can also take supplements to increase or reduce hormones. It's amazing what you can do, but you now have you have a goal in mind, and you know what you're going to do with your supplements and foods. So that's the last tool we've got there. If in doubt, test. And that's about all I have for you there. So I hope that's been of use to some of you. There's so many other things in the book. I mean, that's just scratching the surface, and I haven't got through it myself yet. I haven't completed my program yet. but I'm feeling so much better. I hardly have any hot flushes. I hardly have any headaches, and I was literally having headaches every day. I couldn't get out of bed. I just lost the will to live. I actually got really depressed. Um, and knowledge is power, and by sharing this information with each other and actually talking about it, we prepare ourselves, we're helping our friends, and we're also helping our daughters. There's no need to be landed in menopause and suffer like this. It's totally preventable. So please share this video with all your women friends. Doesn't matter what age, there's something in here for everybody, and I hope that it can be of use to you. So yeah, share the knowledge, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.